Yo! What it is, YouTube? It's your boy Deej back here with another video. And as you can see, we are here to talk about WrestleMania, both night one and night two. WrestleMania just passing yesterday. Great, great. Mm, we gonna get into it, but it was a good show. I really enjoyed it. Uh, we gonna talk about all that stuff later on down the line. But let's go match through match. Give my opinions on everything, and yeah, let's just get started. First match of the night one. Um, Jey Uso versus Gunther. Just that match, I don't care what anybody says. Jay went out there and hooped. He went out there and hooped. They both hooped. They both cooked. It was a slow burn at first, and if you see me looking over here, I got notes and stuff like that. I'm not gonna remember everything off the top of my head from the show. It was a slow burn at first. I know not too many people like slow burns when it comes to wrestling matches. Me personally, and I'm not sure if everybody feels that way. I've seen some people say that. Some people say they don't. Some people say they do. Me personally, I don't have a problem with it though. I don't have a problem with slow burns because mainly when I feel like when matches normally kick off too fast, they kind of lose steam after a while. Like things start to slow down, like the crowd starts to like get a little quiet towards the end, and that's I don't know. But this match was definitely WrestleMania worthy. I don't get like the Jay slander. I get some people might not like his character. At first I really didn't know how I felt about it. I learned to not learned, but I grew to actually really enjoy it. But yeah, no, this match was definitely main event worthy. Not main event worthy, but WrestleMania worthy. I mean, uh, I really didn't at first when I didn't want it to start off the show. I didn't want it to be like the kickoff of the show. But I mean, it was perfectly fine where it was because I thought it was gonna be way shorter. I thought they were gonna like cut time a little bit. But other than that, both of these dudes really went out there and dug in their perspective bag. And Jay even went to Gunther's bag and dug in his too, which was crazy to see. He was hitting him with power bombs, all type of clotheslines and shit. I ain't never seen Jay move like that. He hit a Hurricane Rana. I didn't know he could do that. But probably now for probably now. Now, probably what everybody wants to like hear about my opinion on the finish of the match. And personally, I don't really have a problem with Jake choking Gunther out. I mean, yeah, I've seen people say like Jay's never done that, but I feel like that was the point. Like he was using Gunther's moves like the entire match. Storyline wise, it makes sense. Uh, that being what Gunther did to Jimmy like a few weeks prior. But my only probably issue with that finish would be I feel like Gunther tapped way too fast. They could have let it simmer a little bit, like built the anticipation of it. I feel like he tapped way too fast though. It was definitely an abrupt end, and I can see why people would like feel some type of way about it. Next match, the New Day versus the War Raiders. I'm going to be completely honest with y'all boys. I ain't watched this shit. I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it. I saw the beginning sequence, like the entrances and stuff, when they had the War Raiders dressing up like Clash of Clan characters. We gonna talk about all the advertisements during the match because that boy, I'm telling you. But I saw that and I was like, you know what? This not gonna be for me. This not gonna be for me. Which, no disrespect to either team, I love both the War Raiders and the New Day, but this could have been on Raw or something, bro. This could have. I don't. This wasn't a WrestleMania match. They legit had a WrestleMania match with the SmackDown tag team titles. It was what, a triple threat ladder match, but not even a ladder match, a triple threat TLC match that are finna have on SmackDown this coming week. That could have definitely been on the show, and I know that would have hit too. But you know, Yeah, this match could have just been on Raw though, dude. I literally went and talked to my dad for 5 or 10 minutes. Came back, the New Day were already celebrating winning, and I was like, okay, whatever. Next match after that though, Jade Cargill versus Naomi. Um, I absolutely enjoyed this match. Uh, this was a match I was actually looking forward to going into the card. The storyline was actually really good. Like I really enjoyed like the drama behind it. It was just something about it. Naomi was acting her ass off. I'm not gonna lie. All the women were acting their ass off. Jay, Naomi, Bianca, they were all acting their ass off, and I loved it. Uh, it was a great storyline all overall. I love what they were doing. I love what they're doing with Naomi's character, by the way. The whole proceed with caution thing. That's hard. That's hard. I fuck with that. The match itself, once again, slow burn, but that's cool with me. But ultimately, it picked up steam like relatively quickly. Jade looked insanely strong, of course. When she caught Naomi out the air, out the I believe it was gonna be the blockbuster, caught her out there and hit her with a jackhammer. I didn't even know she could do that. I knew she could do it, but I didn't think she was going to. And man, I'm telling you, she was out there giving her straight business. Naomi also looked really good though. She also looked really good though, taking advantage of like her athletic background and like her speed and stuff. It was it was a great match. I'm not giving this match any type of justice. I'm not gonna lie. Towards the end, they were going counter for counter. Jade hit Naomi with I don't even know what. She had her on her shoulders and somehow threw her in the air and power bombed her. I don't know how. Jade won. Is what I'm trying to say. Jade won is what I'm trying to say. Great match. If y'all haven't seen it, please go watch it. And if y'all have watched it, let me know your opinions on it down below. Next match though, Jacob Fatu versus LA Knight for the United States Championship. The second championship match of the night. Jey Uso versus Gunther being the first, by the way. Uh, I really, I thought this match was cool. I'm not gonna lie, I thought this match was cool. They was out there. Hey, LA Knight said, fuck it. From the beginning, he tried to hit that man with his finisher immediately. He was not trying to fuck with him for the long run, but hey, it was a dog fight. It was a dog fight for sure. The entrances. LA Knight pulled up in a fucking Maserati. That nigga looked clean as hell. Uh the match definitely really showed that niggas are right about Jacob Fatu though. He's going to be a huge star in WWE coming like in the coming years for sure. um Going into this match, I'm not gonna lie, I wanted LA Knight to win, but at the end of the day, I in the back of my head I knew that Jacob Fatu was gonna win. It was a little obvious, but when LA Knight hit, so Jacob went up to the top rope for a somersault, right? He goes up there, flips off. LA Knight counters him into a BFT. I thought it was over. I thought he beat him with that move. It looked crazy, but Jacob kicks out. Ultimately, Jacob Fatu wins, and Jacob Fatu is your new United States champion. I love it. I love that decision. I completely agree. It was a great decision. Good match overall. Don't got too much to say about it, man. Uh, Next match, we got El Grande Americano versus Ray Phoenix. It was originally going to be Ray versus Rey Mysterio, but Rey Mysterio got hurt the night before. Unfortunately, get well soon, Ray, of course. Uh, this match was all right. It was all right. I'll say that. I'll definitely say it wasn't memorable. All that memorable, of course. Hell, even like as I was writing like the script and stuff for this, like when I was taking notes and stuff, I couldn't even remember all too well what happened. But I do think both men went out there and they definitely hooped. They definitely balled out. I'm just not really a fan of the El Grande Americano character. I'm not for that. I'm not for that. It's just something about it that's just not right to me. It's not my cup of tea. I see people say they love El Grande Americano. If you say so, nigga. But Chad Gable went out there and hooped. I don't care what y'all tell me. Chad Gable is El Grande Americano. We all know that. At least we all should know that. I don't want to hear none of that foolishness y'all talking about. And they went blow for blow. Ray Phoenix. Every time I see him in that ring, I'm blown away. I'm blown away. He really got a bag on him. He really got a bag on him. He just does not miss. But overall, cool match. El Grande Americano ends up winning, which I don't agree with whatsoever. But hey, who am I at the end of the day? Next match, we got the WWE Women's Championship between Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair. Now, I actually thought this match was good. Me personally, I saw a lot of people say that. I saw like the community really split on it. Honestly, some people say it was good. Some people say it was bad. I'm on the good side, honestly. I feel like it went exactly how it should have. Just a straight fight. Like a straight fight. Like none of that like nothing too pretty, nothing too fancy. Both women being extremely disrespectful on the build coming up through this. Got really personal. People's getting beat up in parking lots. Like it got serious. Personally, I'm not. I will say I'm not the biggest fan of Charlotte Flair, so I was coming to here biased already. I already wanted Tiffany Stratton to win, and I'm not really a fan of Charlotte Flair because I just don't really. I'm just not a fan of her character. Honestly, it's just kind of like the same thing over and over again. It's like I get it, but at the same time, it's not entertaining to me personally. But hey, shout out to Charlotte. I'll never take away the fact she can go in that ring. And this is the second WrestleMania in a row, I believe, where she actually put over an upcoming rising star. All that being said, though, Tiffany ends up retaining her title. Her Tiffany ends up retaining her title against Charlotte Flair tonight. Well, that night. Uh, and with that being said, Tiffany dogged out. I'm not gonna lie, she dogged out. I saw she was sitting there bleeding. She chipped her tooth or something. She cracked her tooth or something. Still sat there dogged out, beat Charlotte. And with that being said, we have our first Dog of the Day award winner. Tiffany Stratton gets the Dog of the Day. I don't care what anybody says. Y'all can tell me who you think is the Dog of the Day. I don't really care. But I'm interested to see what y'all say. Moving on from that though, we have the main event of night one, CM Punk versus Roman Reigns versus Seth freaking Rollins. The main event of night one was amazing. That was amazing. I'm gonna talk about which main event was better between night one and night two. Night one, truly spectacular. One of if not the best triple threat matches I've ever seen. You can say it's recency bias. I'd say I don't give a damn. This match had everything from amazing entrances, CM Punk's entrance with the whole vignette of him going back and forth between like his younger self and his older self. It was just, why did my Discord just go off? What in the world are we doing? Anywho, anywho, I guess. But yeah, the whole vignette of CM Punk going from his younger self to his older self, the whole "This Fire Burns" playing in the background, his old theme song, amazing, amazing. I love that. And then having him come out to the band of his new song in Living Color, the Cult of Personality, great song, one of my favorite entrances of all time, one of my favorite theme songs of all time. uh Seth coming out there in a big ass black robe with a fucking flamethrower. Where the fuck does getting? He had a custom flamethrower. I don't know where he got that from. I'm trying to get one low key. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. The FBI finna hear that and be like, yeah, we're taking him in right now. But to the match itself, oh, let me not forget Roman's entrance. Let me not forget Roman's entrance. Uh, Roman's entrance was it was definitely symbolic because he came out there for the first time ever by himself completely. Not, I won't say for the first time ever, but for the first time in a great while, he came out there by himself without Paul Heyman, who was in CM Punk's corner. Paul Heyman being CM Punk's best friend, you know, the whole favor shit. Uh, the match itself, action packed bell to bell. To the storyline being pushed even further between all three men. The storytelling between, like, in the match, like, just it was great. It was great. It was great. And then leading up to the finish, just all the everybody getting hit with finishers. CM Punk got hit with 4 go to sleeps. He ain't go to sleep one time though. He ain't go to sleep one time though. Roman was getting hit with stomps. CM Punk was getting hit with all types of spears and power bombs and getting put through tables and shit. Like it was nuts. And all this because of Paul fucking Heyman. All because of Paul fucking Heyman, that slimy bastard who walked down with his self-proclaimed best friend, CM Punk, after basically betraying the his tribal chief, Roman Reigns, to ultimately end up betraying both of them. At this match, I'm not, once again, I'm not doing this match justice whatsoever. So many close falls, so many close pinfalls, so many clutch saves from all three of them. If you haven't seen this match, please go see it. Please watch it. And if it's not your first time, if you've seen it, if you were watching WrestleMania, please let me know how y'all feel about it. And ultimately ending up Seth Rollins once again selling his soul. 10 or so years later, selling his soul again and teaming up with Paul Heyman to end night one. I'm so interested to see what they're gonna do. I'm recording this on Monday, so Raw is gonna be coming on tonight. I have to the Raw after Mania. I have to see what they talk about. I have to see what's going on with Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins. They they cooked to it was a different level with that match. It definitely deserved to be the main event. All right, moving on to night two of the show. I'm going to start out and say night two. Let me talk about. Go back and talk about night one. Night one, it was okay. It was middle of the line. Honestly, I'm not gonna say it was full on mid, but it was middle of the line. It was okay. Great matches, great moments, but some of the matches definitely could have it could have been better or not even on the show, honestly. But moving on to night two, I do believe night two was way better than night one, in my personal opinion. Starting off, we had Io Sky versus Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. Uh, this match was tough. This match was tough. From the jump, fast-paced action from beginning to end, which of course both Io and Bianca thrive in. Those, hey, those three women definitely went out there and hooped. Now the story leading up to this one, it was interesting with Bianca and Rhea really like treating Io like an outsider almost, even though Io's the champion, and like really having Bianca and like Rhea's beef come to a head like that. With Io being in the background, she had the ultimate advantage because they weren't even fucking worried about her. But and that ultimately ended up costing them in the match. I This is another match I can't truly give justice just talking about it. Io retains her championship after hitting a over the moon salt on both women, picking up the win. Great match in my opinion. Next match we go to Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest, the Sin City street fight. It was a Sin City street fight, all right. These boys got down. These boys got down out there. They gave the fans exactly what they wanted, and it was straight carnage and destruction. Both men being put through tables. Both men having their damn near spine reconfigured with chairs and steel steps. They were both fighting like they wanted to kill each other out there. I'm not gonna lie. Even Drew, the most disrespectful nigga of all time. This nigga stopped. He stopped after. I don't even remember what he did. He hit. No, I think he hit Drew. Nigga, calm down. He hit Damian Priest with like a claymore on outside, I believe, or something like that. He stopped middle of the match, went to holler at his brother, took his phone. He stopped the match to take a selfie with his op struggling to get up off the floor, and then posted it on social media. I've never seen some shit that disrespectful before. This match was just super fun. Ultimately, Drew picks up the win. 1, 2, 3. Moving on. Next match. A match that this was like my most anticipated match besides the main event of night 2 and night 1. Braun Breaker versus Dominic Mysterio versus Penta versus Finn Balor. Fatal 4-way for the Intercontinental Championship. This was one of my favorite matches of night 2, honestly. They went out there and tore the house down, it felt like. Non-stop action, top of more storytelling, of course, in regards to the Judgment Day storyline with Dominic and Finn. Starting off the match, Dom and Finn were really working together for basically a majority of the match, honestly. Taking out both Braun and Penta. But then that dog got unleashed. That dog got loose. Braun just started having his way. He started having his way, taking out everybody. Carlito was out there. He put Carlito through a fucking table again. Speared that nigga through a fucking table. The announce table was supposed to be unbreakable. I done seen that shit break twice. So, no, 3 times. Spears Carlito through the table. It was just complete mayhem. It was bedlam in there. At one point, you saw Dominic eyeing Finn, and basically he just realized only one of us is gonna be able to win this shit, nigga. He sets Finn up for a 619. Finn counters and starts putting belt to Dom ass. He started putting belt to Dom, which was just the moment the other two competitors needed to get back in the ring, get back in the match. Ultimately, though, Dom hits Braun with the 619 and goes for a frog splash. Finn counters Dom, knocks him off the rope. Then Finn goes to attack Braun, sets him up for the coup de grace, hits him with the coup de grace. Then, out of nowhere, as Finn is pinning Braun Breaker, Dominic Mysterio frog splashes both of them, pinning Finn Balor 1, 2, 3, and Dominic Mysterio is your new Intercontinental Champion. Well deserved. I'm happy. I'm proud of Dom for going out there and winning that. That was great. Great decision. Basically overnight going from most hated to the most loved after terrorizing his pops Rey Mysterio for over how many years? Like 2. An awesome, super fun match. And with that being said, matter of fact, I'm gonna do the dog of the day of night 2 at the end because it's multiple dogs in this card. Fourth match going into this is Randy Orton versus the mystery opponent. Randy coming out there, it being Randy's 20th WrestleMania match. He was looking for an opponent due to Kevin Owens having a serious neck injury. Shout out to KO, get well soon. But Randy goes out there issuing an open challenge. So anybody could have just came out there to fight Randy at whoever, you know. And the person who accepted ended up being Joe Hendry, the current TNA champion. And I think this was a great choice. Honestly. I know I've seen some people say they wanted to see Jeff Hardy, which would have been cool. It would have been cool. I've even seen people say they wanted Nick Nemeth, aka formerly Dolph Ziggler, to show up. But I, for one, love the fact that it was Joe Hendry. It was a great decision. Uh, quick match overall. It wasn't nothing. It wasn't a 5-star banger. Of course, it was. It was really just to put Joe on, damn near. It was to put Joe on. Uh, One point, Joe Hendry hits Randy with like this back suplex. He starts to do his old little celebration thing. Turns to the camera, and then out of nowhere, this nigga Randy hits him with one of the craziest. He hits him one of the quickest RKO's I've seen. RKO's this nigga out of nowhere. 1, 2, 3. Randy Orton wins the match. Just like that, quick match. Cool match. Great spots. Well, great spot. Then at the end we see Randy. We see Randy pick Joe up, giving him his praises, basically showing him like having him celebrate with him, like points towards the crowds and stuff, being like, "Yeah, like you deserve this" type stuff, you know. Then he RKO's this nigga again. then he hits a nigga with RKO again and just leave him in the middle of the ring. Next match, we had Logan Paul versus AJ Styles. Now I'm gonna be completely honest with you niggas again. I'm not a Logan Paul fan. And this was mainly, besides the New Day match, the only match of the weekend I just completely tuned out. And I don't have anything to say. I don't have anything to say. I don't have anything to say. I love AJ Styles. I really do. He's one of the toughest wrestlers ever. I love AJ Styles. But I just can't get behind Logan Paul, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. If you have anything to say about this match, please let me know. If you enjoy this match, please let me know. But Logan Paul ends up winning. Whatever. Lyra Valkyria and Becky Lynch versus Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. This match was okay. It was okay. It was enjoyable. I'm not gonna lie. As soon as I saw Becky Lynch walk through that curtain, I knew that Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez were gonna lose, of course. Because they're not gonna have Becky Lynch return after a year just to have her lose to Liv Morgan again. And I don't necessarily feel like I agree with that decision. I feel like I feel like Liv and Raquel should have retained, honestly, the tag team championships. Love all 4 women involved. This match just particularly wasn't for me. Lyra Valkyria and Becky Lynch. Lyra Valkyria, now I guess they're going to be calling her Lyra Two Belts because she is the Women's Intercontinental Champion and now the Tag Team Champion with Becky Lynch. They end up winning. Moving on. Now we're here. The match niggas have all been waiting for. The match I was waiting for. Cody Rhodes versus John Cena for the WWE Championship. This match was controversial to say the least. To say the least, this match was controversial. Honestly, I didn't expect anything less, though. I didn't expect anything less. I knew something was gonna be some bullshit. I knew it. But John Cena going in there, entrance all blacked out. It just says his name. Literally, it was like the most basic entrance you could possibly have, which makes sense for like his heel character. You know, him first thing he told us, we get nothing new, anything like that. I don't care. He walks out there all blacked out. Cody Rhodes out there with fucking the Kentucky. I was about to say the Kentucky Derby. He had like niggas on motorcycles revving up. He had all the glitz and the glam, all the glitz and the glamour. Great entrances. Getting to the action once again. Slow burn. In the beginning, Cena was really taking his time. He was really taking his time because at first, Cody was on that ass. He was beating Cena ass. He kept having to roll out of the ring. Cena was like telling that nigga to wait. But as the match slowly progressed, you could kind of see, at least to me, that the way I saw it, That nigga Cena was shaking off that rust. He was shaking off that rust. He started to become more confident, more comfortable in the ring. And he started putting belt to that ass. He started putting belt to Cody. This match, to me, this match was good. I will say the action leading up towards the end was good. We're gonna talk about the end, of course, but the action leading up to the end, I liked it. I really enjoyed it. It made sense. Uh, Cody ate like fucking 4 or 5 attitude adjustments, and even after that, even I was like, hold on, nigga. John might not be able to fuck with this nigga. He might not be able to fuck with Cody. And John Cena face said the same thing. Then out of all the people that could have possibly went out there to help John Cena, with Dwayne, The Rock Johnson being, I don't know if this nigga's even involved in the story anymore, but of all people music to hit to help John Cena, it was fucking Travis Scott. It was Travis Scott. The rapper, yes, the rapper, Sicko Mode, Astro World, that nigga. That came out to help John Cena. I'm gonna give my opinion on how I feel about that. Uh, I'm gonna give my opinion on how I feel about that at the end, after I talk about like the whole ending and stuff. But Travis gets involved. Cody attacks him immediately because of the whole like elimination chamber thing. Travis Scott giving Cody Rhodes a black eye. Cody Rhodes talking about he's gonna get his receipt on Travis. And he did. And he did. Got with that nigga quick. He got with that nigga quick. Uh Cody no, Cena then gets back up, goes to try to attack Cody. Cody counters, hits him with a crossroads. Tries to pin Cena. 1, 2. Travis pulls the ref out the ring. Cody gets hot. Travis gets back in the ring after Cody challenges him to a quick fight. Cody then hits Travis Scott with a crossroads. Travis is out there getting his ass whooped, essentially. Travis is just there to get beat the fuck up. So, after that, you see Cena in the corner with the championship, getting ready to hit Cody Rhodes again with the belt, just like Elimination Chamber. He runs over, tries to hit Cody with the belt. Cody actually catches it this time, takes the belt from Cena and is contemplating actually hitting Cena with the belt. Which, seeing this, I saw this from a mile away. Cody not gonna do that shit. That nigga's soft. That nigga's soft as baby shit. That nigga's soft as baby shit. And I'm a Cody guy. I fuck with Cody. But that nigga's soft as baby shit. Cody doesn't hit Cena with the championship. Cena kicks that nigga in the nuts. Again, low blows him. And then picks up the championship, hits Cody over the head. Ref gets back in the ring. 1, 2, 3. And John Cena is your new WWE champion, making him a 17-time world champion, breaking Ric Flair's record. And me, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a John Cena fan through and through. I was ecstatic. I was very, very happy John Cena won that match. It was the right decision, of course. I'm also a big Cody Rhodes guy, so I was split. One thing I'm not split about though is that finish. I'm talking to you, Paul Triple H Levesque. Of all the people on God's green earth, you could have had to run into that match. You just showed Stone Cold earlier. I know The Rock was somewhere. Is that nigga doing a movie? Is he doing a movie or something? Is that why he couldn't be there? And because if that's the case, he shouldn't have been in the fucking store to begin with. If he knew he was gonna be in a fucking movie come WrestleMania time. Why on God's green earth is Travis Scott the one to help John Cena win the championship? I didn't heard Fiend enough, nigga. I done heard it enough. Y'all's playing that fucking song all through the night. All through both nights. I'm so sick of hearing Fiend. I'm so sick of hearing that. Y'all made it that nigga's entrance. It didn't help that Travis Scott he was walking like a snail to the ring to even help Cena. That nigga took like 3-4 minutes to get to that ring. And you trying to tell me that that's the shit we want? I'm not going for it. I'm not going for it. I'm not going for it. Where what My thing is where's The Rock in all of this? Like where does The Rock fit in anymore in all of this? He has but the whole build he was probably mentioned like twice. And then mentioning him twice, you're probably thinking like, oh, okay. It's obviously he's probably going to show up during their match to help Cena win this championship. No! That nigga was nowhere to be found. That nigga probably on the set of Fast and Furious 12 or something. Bro. That that was kind of sorry. That was kind of sorry. I'm not gonna lie. That being said, I don't even know why Travis Scott is even a part of this storyline. Why the fuck is Travis Scott and John Cena a tag team? Are they even a team? Are they doing? Is this the only time we're gonna see them together ever again? Where did Travis Scott get that big fake ass hardcore belt from? Why Travis Scott braids so tight? Why does Travis Scott walk so slow? Why is the nigga pants so big? Uh, I don't know. He had his fucking do rag knocked off. I don't know if I'm missing something on that, but other than that was my only issue with it. Uh, I'm still just happy my goat. I'm just happy my goat is champion. I'm just happy my goat is champion. I'm hyped to see the matches they set him up for going moving forward. I know they're gonna have him running to CM Punk. I know they're gonna have him running Randy Orton. You're probably gonna see Cody Rhodes again. And this is all I got to say to all three of y'all niggas. Cody Rhodes, Dosey Dos, draws with holes. Cena in 5. Hell, Randy Orton, sneezing or snorting, shit's not important. Cena in 5. Shit. CM Punk, sprayed with a skunk. You can't fight that funk. Cena in 5.